Kaitlin.
And I'm Jillian.
And we are the hosts of the OK Drama podcast.
We're two friends recap and break down K-dramas one episode at a time.
Woo! I am very excited to be here today to talk about the Uncanny Counter. Episodes 9 and 10.
These were two very good episodes.
Yeah, and I really want to watch the next two.
Yeah,
So.
I was ready to watch yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh wait, I can't watch yet.
I know. So hard.
I should wait.
This drama, I feel like, has been the most, or I don't know if it's just like recency bias, but I'm like, I need to watch the next episodes. Like, I can't recall another drama we've watched for the podcast where I have such a strong urge to be like,
yeah, for
maybe
me
I just
it
watch
was it was Itaewon class, and then we did the one with our other friends.
Flower of Evil.
Flower of Evil, and
that was really good. Yeah,
that was very bingeable.
Yes, well, and also we like procrastinated and had to binge that one.
Yeah, it was a forced binge, but not really.
Yes.
And honestly, at first, I was like, oh, God, another drama. But then I started watching, and I was like, okay, I'll keep watching. It's pretty good.
So you're like, I need to finish.
Yes, I need to see what's going to happen with this fake sun, real sun bullshit.
Mm-hmm. The fuckery.
All right. You want to do our housekeeping thingamabobs?
Sure. Guys, if you like this podcast, please rate and review on iTunes and the like. And please subscribe to our podcast so you can hear more episodes of The Uncanny Counter and past episodes from Descendants of the Sun and Itaewon Class.
Strong Girl Bongsoon.
Yeah. Hotel de Luna. Goblin.
Coffee Prince.
School Nurse Files.
Still don't understand that one.
Romance is a bonus book.
I understood that one.
Yes, that one was a cutie. The K2, etc. Guys, want to hear me recover from a mystery illness? Maybe COVID, maybe not. Who knows? Question mark.
God. Listen to the K2.
Listen to the K2. So yeah, it's a fun time here at OK Drama. Just like hang out with us. If you want to hang out with us on the internet, you can do so by going to our Twitter at OK Drama Pod or Instagram at OK Drama Podcast and vote in our polls for our next drama and for the upcoming OK Drama Awards. Get your gowns and suits ready for that. You can also go to our website, okdrama.com, and find past episodes and links to our affiliate websites, Fashion Chingu, Daebak Box, buy some cute stuff, support the show. We also have a Patreon where you get bonus episodes. How fun. Like Strangers from Hell.
Yes. And for the month of February,
Sky Castle. Oh yeah.
What are we doing this February?
Guys, we're celebrating some love with some good old-fashioned rom-coms. To All the Boys I Loved Before. To All the Boys I Loved. P.S. I Still Love You. And is that what it's called?
Yes.
Okay, because I always think of that movie,
P.S. I Love You?
Yes.
I forgot what the third one is called. I haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen it.
It hasn't come out yet. As of this recording.
Next week it will.
Yeah, I think when this airs, it will have, like, just come out, maybe.
Random tidbit about that fucking actor from that movie, the guy that plays Peter. Okay. He's apparently going to play some sort of role in a movie about the GameStop stock.
Already?
That's what I said. I saw an article about them making a GameStop stock Reddit movie.
Stop.
And it had him on, like, the cover image, and I was like, oh my god,
Jesus.
Peter's in it.
Is he just gonna play a bro who is convincing people on the internet to...
I don't know.
Buy GameStop stock?
I don't know.
Guys, did you buy GameStop stock? Tweet us, because I did.
I didn't, because it was too expensive at that point, so I said, no, thank you.
I lost a little money, but it was a thrill.
It's still pretty, like, it's still there.
Yeah, I didn't lose, like, a ton of money. I was just like, let's just see what happens. And,
just for fun. It was your fun money.
It was my fun money. I listened to one of my finance podcasts, and she was like, I don't recommend this. Like, the stocks are not to be treated like a casino. But, hey, if you want to get on the in on the action, and you don't want to just, like, sit by... Like, yeah.
Watch your friends get rich.
Yeah, dip into, like, your fun money account, but please do not, like, spend the money we're gonna pay your mortgage with on this. And I was like, okay. So,
yeah. I went all in on the Doge.
Yeah,
that was my gig. Doge, and then, like, I already had some, like, cannabis stocks, and I just went in on more cannabis stocks.
I was thinking of buying cannabis stocks. We also went in on that. I bought $25 worth of Bitcoin, and then I got a $25 credit.
Nice.
So my $50 in Bitcoin has turned into like $53.13.
Nice.
And then I got a little bit of Disney stock.
I'll give you some cannabis Rex, because there's some that's like $1 right now.
Oh, cool.
And they're doing like pretty well, and like some that are only like $14.
Okay, and yeah, the cannabis one that I was following, it's kind of expensive. It was already in like the $30 or $50. It was like, I don't know. But.
Yeah, a coworker of my brother's, he had bought into some cannabis stock, like, I don't know how long ago, and supposedly he ended up making enough money to quit his job.
Oh, shit.
Through there, like, yeah. So, pretty nice.
Okay, well, yeah, I will take your recommendations. Guys, if you have stock recommendations, please let us know.
Please.
I just had been investing in, like, moderate money market accounts, and now I'm like, well, shit, I could just be doing other stuff with my money.
Yeah, I like just opening up my little stock app and just seeing, like, the green. And then I see the red, and I'm like... Oh. Yeah, like, I bought fucking AMC and BlackBerry, the other ones that were talked about.
Uh-huh.
Those are both, like, fucking tanking for me. They're all in the red. But my cannabis stocks are green. Like green cannabis. So I'm happy with those, but... And my Doge is doing good, too.
I bought, like, I think I bought one share of AMC stock when it was, like, fairly low. Mm-hmm. So I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, Alex is, like, very excited about all of our Doge or whatever coins.
Yeah, I'm all about the little Dogies.
Yeah.
Very excited about Doge.
Guys, buy Doge.
Buy Doge. Guys, let's get Doge to the moon.
So stupid.
Oh my god. I love the memes, though.
Yes,
and the cute little doggo.
Uh-huh.
And it's just funny when Elon Musk tweets about it.
Yes. It's like... The world is such a weird place now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Memes rule.
Uh-huh.
Redditors.
Stonks.
To the moon.
So crazy.
Crazy.
But guys, if you win big in the stock market, hit up our Etsy.
Yeah.
Buy all of our cute pins and patches and stickers, because they're really cute and fun.
And that will enable us to buy nicer things, like maybe better mics and better equipment that won't pick up cats meowing and
or
croaking.
The construction across the street from my house.
Or the air conditioner turning on. That shit costs money. Good equipment for podcasting costs a bit of money.
It does.
We do okay, but I think we could be better if we had the right equipment and the right little setup.
Yeah, and then if you guys buy our pins and patches, we can make more pins and patches, which is fun stuff.
Yes.
And stickers. Love stickers.
Have you seen, like, these boxes that you can buy, and they're, like, little soundproof recording boxes? And it's just, like, a little door you open, and you go in there and sit?
No, but I think I sent you that thing, like, 2 years ago, where it was, like, build your own soundproof closet thing with...
Yes, you sent me that, yes.
I've thought about doing that.
It's similar to that, but it's, like, an expensive box you buy. Like, an expensive soundproof box. It looks cool, but it's, like, tiny. It looks like where you do confessions in a church. It's, like, that size.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, like, confessionals, like, on a reality show.
Maybe that, too. I don't know how those look. The shade room.
Oh, yeah.
The shade tree on that one season of Drag Race.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of.
Oh, my God.
I'm not Catholic, so I've never been into, like, a confession box thing.
I've never been in one either.
Okay.
And I'm Catholic. So
Jill
my mom says.
Jill was doing air quotes.
I did one, what is the thing called? This is how Catholic I am. where you go and they give you the bread, air quotes.
Oh, I know what it's called because I used to go to church a lot.
I can't think of it.
I just keep thinking of baptism, but that's
what I keep thinking of too. That's not right.
Not what it is.
And you wear, like, the girls have to wear, like, a white dress or whatever.
Well,
blah, blah,
I think that's like a Catholic thing because
yes,
when you're Methodist, you can be a baby and just go on up there and get your cracker and orange juice or orange juice, grape juice.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I need to Google it because it's gonna bother me a lot.
That's fine. Well, yeah, you have to, like, go through, like, a whole fucking thing about it, and, like, I think you do it multiple times when you're a Catholic, I think. And I only did it the one time, and I don't remember how old I was, but there's photos of me looking miserable in this white dress. And I just remember, like, we each had to go up there one by one, and the priest, like, puts the fucking little round cracker thing on your mouth.
Uh-huh. And
then you, like, bow, whatever, and then you go back and sit down. But I just remember he gave it to me. Whatever. He gave it to me. And then I just remember, like, turning around and facing the audience and just going, like, because it was so ugly tasting. And I just remember some dad sitting in an aisle just laughing at my reaction.
Communion.
That's what it is, yes.
Oh my god. Okay, I literally Googled church ceremony, wine, and bread. I always liked it when we would do communion because at our church they would give us, like, actual, like, H-E-B French bread.
Nice.
And I would just take, like, a big old chunk, and then they give us, like, a little cup of grape juice because I was always starving. And I was like, I just want to eat breakfast.
Yeah, they didn't give us that. They gave us, like, a little, like, thin wafer thing. Mm. And I was just like, meh. And this dad laughed at me.
Classic Jill.
It sucked. It's not what I wanted to eat.
No.
I don't want to eat that body.
You don't want to eat the body of Christ?
No.
He can keep his own body. Thank you.
Yes, I don't need that.
Okay. Where were we? Did I get through all of our housekeeping?
I think so.
Good. Okay.
I think.
Jill and I haven't talked in a while, so that's probably why we're going off the rails a bit. Mm-hmm.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. Life has been crazy, but...
Mm-hmm. We'll try to be on task, though.
No, it's good. I like it.
Should we jump into these 2 episodes?
Yes, please.
Okay. I will start with episode 9.
Perfect.
So Netflix says, Chung-shin leaves Moon in a bad state, but Cho Meok is determined to save his life. The Counters set out to make the mayor's corruption public.
Mm-hmm. Make it public.
Yes. All right, so So-moon finds Chung-shin in an alleyway as he's walking home after visiting the place where his parents died, yada yada. Mm-hmm. And then at that moment, we cut to WiGen, who can sense, like, something fucked up is happening and something bad is going to go down. And so she begs him, like...
She's like...
Yeah. She's all, like, wavy. She's begging him to go and find the other counters if he's not with them. And So-moon's like, bitch, I can handle this demon myself. Like, if I wait for them, he's going to be gone. And we're never going to catch him again.
Yeah, he's like, I can't give up this chance.
He's very determined.
Mm-hmm.
He ignores her, and she's, like, on the ground at this point, like, wavy. And then he sees his territory pop up around him, and he's like, fuck yeah. So-moon and Chung-shin, they end up, like, fighting back and forth, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And this starts to harm WiGen in the process. She is reaching out to the other spirits to tell their humans that So-moon is in trouble. Mm-hmm. Because they're, like, all at the noodle shop at this point. Mm-hmm. Chung-shin taunts So-moon by recalling how his parents tasted.
Nasty.
And then So-moon, of course, loses control, and it's intense and crazy. Mm-hmm. And then Chung-shin starts to sense the territory. And he's maybe, like, the first evil spirit that they've encountered. Or, like, WiGen and her people have encountered that has seemed to have sensed the territory and understand what's happening. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, it's hazy.
It's like a fog.
Yeah. This is how you do it, blah, 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 whatever the fuck. Mm-hmm. So he eventually pushes So-moon out of the territory, which hurts him. And he is like, fuck yeah, I can kill you now. Mm-hmm. He ends up stabbing through So-moon's hand/wrist. Which and is about to kill him. And blood splatters everywhere.
Yeah.
All over his face. Is real yucky. It's so gross.
They're not shy about the blood.
No.
In Korean stuff.
It looks like he's a goner. But then Jung-young arrives. She fires a warning shot into the air. And this distracts Chung-shin. And she tries to get him to surrender, but then he uses his fucking telekinesis to take her gun away and then turns it on her. Which is like, how the fuck?
I know. And that's the thing, because I was like, I mean, I am not for the police shooting people at all. Mm-hmm. I want to make that clear. But I was like, just shoot him in the leg or something.
Yeah.
But
when you see who it is and you know, like, it's the person that has killed however many people, you know how dangerous he is. She already knows he's, like, an evil spirit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But then I was like, I wonder if he could stop a bullet. Like, how fast are his powers? You know what I mean?
I think she would have to get him when he doesn't know she's there. Like, when she first fired the shot. Instead of a warning, go for the leg.
For sure.
I don't know.
It's a lot.
Yeah. But anyway, so he has the gun on her, and thankfully at that moment the counters arrive, and Motak punches Chung-shin really, really hard. But the Noodle Gang is distracted by So-moon and his terrible injuries that Chung-shin gets away again.
And he just, like, jumps down like a little ghoul.
He's so ugly, and I hate when he does, like, that weird little, like, kid laugh.
Uh-huh.
That's gross.
His demon laugh, yeah.
His demon laugh sounds like a child.
Mm-hmm.
It's ugly. Ooh.
Yeah.
Poor fucking So-moon looks awful. He's not in a good place. He's, like, straight up bleeding to death. He, like, severed an artery. But Mayok is really awesome, and she's using her healing powers to save him. But it definitely takes a toll on her, and her hair gets almost all gray. And she's getting nosebleeds now. Like, she can heal people, but I think this was a lot for her.
Yeah, it, like, takes away part of her
like her own
force.
Lifespan, yeah.
Yeah.
The gang goes back to the cafe to regroup, and Motak and Hana continue to tend to So-moon while Motak explains the whole deal to Jung-young, but she doesn't seem to believe him.
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, I get.
Yeah, because it's too fucking absurd.
Yeah.
Hana answers So-moon's phone when his grandpa calls, and she ends up bringing the bread that So-moon was supposed to buy and plays the part of So-moon's girlfriend. The grandparents are very nice. They make her stay for dinner. But it's also, like, confusing. Like, I know she told them that they got in a fight or something. Mm-hmm. But it's... If I was the grandparent, I would still be like, that don't make no sense, though.
But where is he?
Well, where is he, and why do you have his phone? What? That don't make no sense.
They're just happy she brought bread.
Yeah, they're just silly old grandparents. I don't know. So So-moon wakes up, and he thanks and apologizes to Mayeok for getting into that situation. And he vows to himself that he'll take down Chung-shin and decides to learn how to summon the territory. He realizes he needs to summon the territory through anger and fear and his desire to kill.
Ooh. What's up with that?
Yeah, not good. So-moon and Motak start staking out the waste area, and they meet a man who was planning on burning the whole thing down to garner attention. He knew that the local authorities wouldn't do anything, but he was hoping that if he caused a big enough scene, then maybe some national people would come in and things would actually get done. Which,
I was like, that's kind of smart.
Yeah.
I mean, you shouldn't set things
if you
on
can't
fire.
Trust the local government, maybe the higher-up government would be more, I don't know.
Yeah.
But they all find out that they're on the same side, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
They all want to do the same thing. And then the man brings So-moon and Motak back to his place, and we learn that the man is somehow related.
I think his brother. It was kind of confusing to me.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, and it's like the guy who wrote all of like the toxic radioactive reports from the beginning. Mm-hmm. The man explains that he, the guy who wrote the reports, was convinced the wastewater was to blame for his daughter So-moon's constant illnesses. And apparently So-moon's dad was working on So-moon's dad's case, but then So-moon's dad was murdered. A lot of so's here in this sentence. But yeah, the two dads were basically working together to try to solve this issue and all that bullshit, and he got murdered. Mm-hmm. The guy backed off, thinking he would be in danger if he continued, but once his daughter was diagnosed with cancer, he went back to it. The man from the truck earlier explains that everyone is in the pocket of the mayor and Taishan group, which is why none of the environmental reports work and is how they are able to build a, quote, eco-friendly park on top of the waste.
Yeah, he's like, this is bullshit. Like, they're even calling it an eco-friendly park.
Make no sense. Fuckers. Assholes.
Yep.
Later on, Jun-young finds out that the chief and her shitty coworker have taken the blood samples from Kim Young-nim's place and have destroyed them. She calls Motak and he decides to make the revenge public. He is pissed. Mm-hmm. The Noodle Gang devises a plan to ruin the mayor, how do you say that? Myung-hui?
I think it's, Shin Myung-hui.
Okay. Shin Myung-hui's presidential candidate press conference. So they broadcast... This part's really funny. Mm-hmm. Because it shows him, like, undercover, basically, as different, like...
Yeah, it's like a little heist.
Yeah, different people organizing the event. Mm-hmm. And then they all just, like, come together and fuck shit up. And they broadcast a video that's supposed to, at first, be, like, the park and shit and the presidential candidacy, blah, blah, blah. And instead, it's just showing the dump, and it calls out all the bad guys for being murderers. And then they also dump the nasty, like, wastewater from that place on the mayor. It's a very Carrie moment. And then they spray all of the other guys, like the Taishan guy and the other fucker, with that stuff as well. And So-moon lures the press to where Taishan and the shitty dudes are. And eventually Motak confronts the police chief and he says something like, I always remembered how much I admired you, blah, 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 or whatever the fuck he said. Mm-hmm. And the guy is just, like, shook, like...
Yeah.
Can't believe he's alive. Can't believe what's happening. Can't believe he did all of this.
Yeah, Motak's like, I'm coming back for you.
Oh, yeah.
I love the part where someone's kicking all, like, the foam letters and numbers down. He's like, I have one more. 'Cause
and when that, like, wastewater first falls on the mayor... And then all the press people are like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's their expressions. And when Mayok is like she's pretending to be a cleaning lady trying to help him up, and she shoves the rack in his mouth.
She's
so
like,
fucking funny.
I love it.
He's like, "Who are you?" This old woman. Shin Young-hui, he regroups with his shitty dudes that we all know but don't know. And he dramatically explains that they need to kill the noodle people, which are the counters. And meanwhile, Chung-shin also is holding a grudge against the mayor and goes to confront him. He takes out the whole security team and is about to kill a guard when the mayor stops him. The noodle gang at this point, on their end, is like riding on their very, very high success of the mission to sabotage the mayor's announcement. Everything is fucked up and his like points are really down, blah, blah, blah. There's a funny like dance scene of them feeding people in the restaurant. It's really silly.
They're like, it's on the house.
But they're like living their best life right now. They're very happy. They sit down for dinner, but then WiGen summons So-moon to Young, and she asks for the rest of the counters to follow. And it turns out the inspector has come to investigate what our counters and their spirits have been up to. And that inspector gave me Ga-gyung vibes.
Oh, yeah.
From Search to BW.
Totally. With like the slicked back hair.
Yes. Just like really like stoic too, not much expression. The inspector notes that they have been using their powers for worldly things and explains that they only get 5 chances before they're dismissed. And she hands out warnings to all of the counters. And I think like Mayok is at like 3, Hana's at 4. I think Motak is at 3 also. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think he was going to be at 4, but...
And then they changed it.
Yeon, was like, no, whatever. She stood up for him.
And then So-moon's at 3 also. But it was kind of interesting when they were, like, playing back the scenes. I was like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then they were like, you have 3 warnings. And I was like, where does the warning come in? Where do they decide you get a warning and you don't for this?
Yeah, I was thinking, like, So-moon has used his powers way more times, but...
Way more than 5. Like,
whatever.
I don't know how they're gauging it, but they said he had 3, and everyone's, like, relieved. But then, as they're, like, about to dismiss the counters, WiGen's like, I have something to say. I don't think she said that line, but then she like stands up and she walks over to So-moon and she said that she believes So-moon should be dismissed anyway. And everyone is like,
what?
And they all look at each other, all the counters look at each other like, what the fuck? And then it's the end of the episode.
Yeah, there's like, it ends on someone's face being like, Both of these episodes ended on So-moon's face, like, being shocked.
Yes. Episode 10 especially.
Yeah.
It was like a huge shocked face.
Which, I mean, I don't blame him. For episode 10.
Whew.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I was like, what?
Yeah.
You trying to kick So-moon out?
But I get it. She's pissed. She almost died. From his actions of not listening. It's crazy.
Yes. We will get into the judging in episode 10.
Yes.
Okay. So, episode 10. The Netflix synopsis says, WiGen calls for an action that could take everything away from Moon. When stunning news about Chung-shin is reported, the counters can't believe it. Okay. They cannot believe it. So we are back where 9 ended. Everyone is shocked that WiGen is basically like pulling the chair out from So-moon, like kicking him out of the group. And the other counters try to stick up for So-moon, but the spirits point out, kind of rightfully, that everything's changed since So-moon's become part of the group. Like, the counters weren't getting into trouble, and they were just, like, doing their business.
Doing their job.
Before So-moon came along. And WiGen also points out that So-moon cannot control his emotions, and she's like, I know you've wanted to kill people. Like, your emotions are my emotions. And he's like, oh.
Oops.
He's like, that's not true. And then she says that, and he's like, oh. So, and she's like, if you feel that way and your powers, like, you're no better than the demons you're hunting. Which I was like, that's a little harsh. But,
yeah.
I like, way harsh, WiGen.
Yeah, I can definitely see both sides to that.
Yeah.
Because on the one hand, like, he's definitely caused problems for the group and has made, like, really poor decisions as being, like, a kid in, like, he's, like, a junior in high school or something, right?
Yeah.
Who's, like, had a really shitty upbringing. I mean, he has great-grandparents, but, like, his fucking parents died in front of him, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. But then on the other hand, I'm like, you're really going to strip him of his powers and cause his leg to be fucked up again, knowing how many kids in his high school hate him, and knowing the fact that this, like, level 3, 4, 5, whatever the fuck demon it is
after
knows
him?
Who he is and is after him and murdered his parents. Like, you're really going to strip him of his powers and his memory now?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, okay, I get it, like, bench him, maybe?
Yeah.
Like, put him on probation, but I'm like, you're gonna full-on demote him?
And especially because they know, like, how strong he is. Like, they've talked about how he's different from the others. Like, there's something special about him.
Yeah.
And it just seems like, considering how fucked up things are with this spirit, like, they need him.
Yeah.
And I think ultimately they're going to bring him back, of course, but...
Yeah, and I think, like, Mayo or the other counters even say that. They're like, well, how, like, anyone would be pissed if they were in Somun's position.
Yeah, it was
like,
Mayo.
We've never really been in a situation where we know the demon. Mm-hmm. And, like, Hana's was kind of different because it was just her shitty uncle. But, you know, this is, like, a whole other thing.
Yeah.
So,
for a young kid to deal with.
Yeah. So, it don't matter. The inspector decides to remove someone from the group. And the gang goes back to the real world. So-moon is, like, despondent, of course. Like, he's crying. Everyone's crying. It's really sad.
Yeah.
And they realize that So-moon's leg is no longer healed, and his hair goes back to being straight, which
so stupid.
In and of itself is sad, because he looks so much better with the curly hair.
I know. Like, not only is the curling of the hair and uncurling just, like, so dumb looking, but also just, he does not look good with the straight hair.
Yeah. So, Hana's little spirit guy tells her to erase So-moon's memory, but she can't. Like, it's all too much for her. And her and So-moon are super close, and she can't be the one to do it. But they're like, you have to, or else you're on your final warning, which would basically kill Hana. Again, way harsh.
Yeah, because unlike So-moon, the rest of them all came back from, like, comas.
Yeah.
And were essentially brought back to life.
Yeah, and I think they said, like, you won't just go back into your comatose state. Like, you'll go back to your coma and then die. So.
Fucked up.
Yeah. Jungmoo steps up and he erases So-moon's memory. I liked Jungmoo in the past episode, too. And he was just like, hey, I'm doing this, too. Just, like, along for the ride.
Yes.
And he's like, I know you guys were, like, really close to him, and y'all, like, fought in battle together, so I'll be the one to take care of him. So he erases someone's memory, someone, like, passes out, and Jungmoo takes someone home and, like, tucks him in, which is really sweet. And then he erases someone's grandparents' memories, too. Okay, meanwhile, we're back with Chungshin, who is at the mayor's office. And again, Chungshin is, like, about to kill a dude and uses his, like, telekinesis to, I guess, get a letter opener. And the mayor's like, wait, let's talk. So, Chungshin offers to kill the Noodle Gang, because he can see their pictures on the table, if the mayor will remove him from the wanted list. The mayor is like, hey, what if we caught you instead? Because that would be better for everyone. So, then the two men do an evil laugh as the mayor burns Chung-shin's logbook, which contains evidence of some of the fuckery that has been going on. Because I think in the previous episode, we see a flashback of, like, Chung-shin's dad talking about, like, basically griping about how the mayor has, like, forgotten about all the shit that he's done, like, they're the people who do all the dirty work.
Yeah.
And are always ignored. And so he's like, I have shit on him. Or whatever. But it was like a USB thing. So I guess Chung-shin has 2 things up his sleeve.
Yeah. And they maybe just thought he had like a hard copy of comings and goings or whatever. Money was doing what. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was like the money. But I feel like they have something related to Kim Young-nim on the flash drive. I think they said something about that, but I don't quite remember. Anyway, so they're all evil. Evil laughing is happening. The next morning, So-moon wakes up and seemingly doesn't remember anything. But everyone at school still remembers what's been happening, which I was like, that's a very big oversight also. Like,
yeah.
So-moon, it's not like the counters where all they have is each other. Like, So-moon has a family and goes to school and has friends and bullies. Like
how many memories do you have to erase?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So the bullies gang up on So-moon and kick away his crutch, claiming that So-moon is faking his injury for attention.
I mean, at this point, right? Like,
yeah, like that's really fucked up, but also I don't blame them for thinking that way, because he was, like, clearly healthy. Or,
even if I wasn't a bully, if I, like, had seen him kicking their asses before, but before that he was with a crutch, and now he's with the crutch again, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
what is happening?
That reminds me of the episodes of Kim's Convenience, where Jung kicks Kimchi's crutch out from under him. And then he actually hurts his elbow when Kimchi was faking it. Silly. Okay. So, So-moon's friends run to protect him and bring his little cane crutch thing, and they cannot believe his powers are gone and that he doesn't remember anything. And they're, like, getting frustrated with him because they're like, no, like, you were walking and it was fine, and, like, what is going on? Mrs. Chu, or Mayok, and Motak are especially heartbroken, their little baby, and they even watch So-moon from a distance while he's at school. Mayok goes to visit her son. We get confirmation that Suho in the spirit world is her son, and she begs him to bring So-moon back as a counter. And she's like,
I want to know what happened to him.
I know, hopefully we'll get more clarification later.
Like, did she go into a coma, like, when he died? Like,
maybe, yeah.
You know, like an accident of some sort?
I definitely want to know more about them. He also just has, like, the kindest looking face.
Yes. And he always looks at her, like, so caring, or, like, when shit's going down with So-moon and he's just, like, quiet. And he has, like, this little bit of sadness in his eyes.
Yes. What a sweet guy. And, yeah, she's basically like, I feel so... Because basically she wants 2 things. 1, she wants So-moon back as a counter. And 2, she's like, we have to save So-moon's parents because, you know, you and I are able to see each other like this. But, like, what if So-moon's parents are gone forever, basically? So... The spirit guys are having a hard time finding So-moon's replacement because, like, guess what? Not everyone wants to be a counter. And Suho tries to, like, casually suggest that they bring So-moon back. And they're like, you know, we already have a guy who wants the job. That no one else wants. Everything. And is, like, actually really good at.
Yeah.
But WiGen and Giran are stubborn and try to offer another dude a position, but he turns it down and claims he would rather just rest in heaven. Which, if I knew I was going to heaven, I would be like, okay, go to heaven or, like, have to fight demons and deal with bullshit. I mean, I don't know.
Pay bills again.
Yeah. So, I don't blame his decision. Or I don't blame him for making that decision. But they're like, fuck, we don't have anyone. Mm-hmm. So, then we cut back, or we're back with Jong-young, who has been called to the scene of another murder. And we see a woman has been murdered by her husband in a house. But the other man that she was cheating with was murdered by what we assume is an evil spirit because he's ended up in a tree.
Mm-hmm. And they're saying, like, this is like a level 3 motherfucker.
Yeah, like, this is some intense demon bullshit. Mm-hmm. Jong-young reaches out to the counters for help because she's like, this doesn't look right. And Hana suggests that 2 people or spirits were committing, like, the 2 different murders. Because she was like, this was not done by the same person.
Yeah. And it was such a weird scene because we see him, like, after he's murdered his wife. Mm-hmm. And stabbed her. And then he's looking for the guy. And he finds the guy. And he's, like, going towards him. But then, like, before he can do anything, blood splatters on his face.
Yeah.
And then he looks shocked. Mm-hmm. And then the scene cuts.
Yeah.
So it's, like, someone else, obviously.
Yeah.
But who? I wonder.
Mm-hmm. What level 3 demon do we know?
What level 3 asshole?
So, then, breaking news, the police have found Chung-shin's dead body in a burnt-out car. The Noodle Gang and So-moon are, like, separate, but, like, they can't believe it. So-moon runs out of his house, and his grandpa's like, what's wrong? And so So-moon races to the forensic lab, where the press conference is being held, and he's demanding to be let in. He's like, I'm part of the victim's family, like, you have to let me in. And it's really sad, because, yeah, So-moon, poor boy, has been through a lot these past couple days. But thankfully Motok shows up and comforts him. And then we're like, what? They recognize each other? Mm-hmm. So-moon reveals that Jung-woo didn't erase his entire memory and left enough so that So-moon would be protected if he ran into Chung-shin again. Thank you, Jung-woo.
Someone yes. with smarts here. Good God.
Yeah. Jung-woo is, like, quietly one of the MVPs of this whole thing.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
He's so cool.
So, Jong-young lets Motok and So-moon into the morgue / autopsy room. I don't know is that called the morgue, where you do an autopsy?
Maybe, yeah.
It doesn't really matter.
I don't know.
I just didn't know what to call that place. So I thought this was inappropriate that Jong-young was like, sure, So-moon, you young high school boy.
Yes.
Come into this, I'm sure, classified space.
And
like,
even Motok, too, because he doesn't work for the police. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I just thought it was a little better because, like, Motok used to be a detective.
Yeah.
But, like, So-moon is a child.
Yeah.
And he's staring at a burnt-out corpse, which is rough, I'm sure. Anyway.
But maybe she's like, nah, he's probably seen worse.
Yeah, he
catches demons.
So they're like, whoa, this corpse has been burnt to hell.
It was so burnt, they blurred it.
Yeah. So there's, like, no real way to tell if that was Chung-shin. But she's like, you know, they found DNA, like, there's some DNA matches, blah, 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 blah. But it's all really suspicious. But then So-moon remembers that Chung-shin should have broken bones from when they fought a few nights ago. Jong-young runs the x-rays, and we know that body does not belong to Chung-shin. Mm-hmm. And, again, Motok is like, the fuckery!
It goes all the way to the top!
He is not playing. Chung-shin, meanwhile, is living his best demon life. He's got new clothes, thanks to the mayor. He has a glow-up going on.
Mm-hmm.
He's turning his baseball cap for, like, a newsboy cap, and, you know, honestly, he looks great. Good for him, I guess. But he's also killing more people to become stronger and gathering a little gang of evil spirits.
Ooh.
He's getting smart.
Mm-hmm.
So, we think that justice finally starts to be served maybe when Jung-young gets arrest warrants for Chingu and Hongyu, those fucking brothers. She arrests the Judes and their, like, surrounding gang members, I guess. And it seems like maybe this is out of the police chief's hands for the time being.
I like that she, like, arrests him in front of the police chief.
Yeah, it's great. Because I think, was he in there for questioning about the attempted murder, or was that a separate thing? That part was confusing to me.
Like, why he was in the place? Why the brother was there talking?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what they were talking about. But, I mean, like, the police chief is, like, cool with them.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
so it was just, like, a nonsense conversation, I feel like.
It was fine, yeah. So, anyway, for now, she's got the guys.
Mm-hmm.
The mayor, on the other hand, is living it up. His ratings are soaring thanks to catching Chung-shin, which
he didn't even catch him.
I know. I'm like,
they just discovered a burnt car.
Yeah, it's not like they brought him in fucking handcuffs or something. Like,
crazy. Anyway,
and thanks to catching Chung-shin, and he's been distancing himself from Taishin to cover up the dumping scandal, he announces he's running for president and seems to have a lot of support.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
it's crazy how that takedown didn't really do anything.
I know, it sucks. Like, this news cycle just goes so fast that, like, people can fuck up and then a day later it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Awful. Okay, so Moon is attacked by the mayor's son, another little demon, and his gang after school. He temporarily takes the beating, but then turns it back on the mayor's son. And I'm like, does someone still have his powers, or does he just remember his training? Because, like,
yeah,
what's going on?
Yeah. Maybe this is what they mean by how he's, like, special.
Yeah,
he's different from them. Like, maybe he, like, had
it in his heart all along.
This whole time. He's gonna be able to walk better next episode.
So yeah, he holds the bully's fist, like, from the first episodes, and says that he could take him down and kill him, but he won't, because then he'd be a jerk just like them. So Moon urges the bullies to be better since they are all still young and can change themselves. He's like, I can change myself too, or something like that. Afterwards, Moon runs into the mayor on the street and tells him he cannot become president. And then a bunch of adults boo. I thought that was so funny. I was like, you're booing a child, guys. Like,
they don't care.
I know. Because he's, like, walked up through a bunch of, you know, the mayor's
cheering
supporters.
Fans.
And they're like, blah, 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 whatever, saying his name. And he's like, no, you can't be president. And they're like, boo, who is this kid?
God.
I love it. So ridiculous.
And the mayor recognizes him from the photos, but he doesn't know who he is, which is interesting. And I'm curious if the bad group is ever going to put together, like, hey, this is the son of the detective we murdered.
Yeah.
Because that hasn't come up at all.
That's true, yeah.
They know who Motok is, but...
Yeah, I mean, I guess they wouldn't really have any reason to look into So-moon.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, he just knows he's part of the Noodle Gang. He doesn't, he was previously part of the Noodle Gang.
Yes.
And And he's like, The mayor's like, you know, doing
this fucking kid
finger on chin thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we cut back to our noodle gang, minus So-moon. They are eating dinner and missing So-moon when Hana has a vision of some demons. And at first, she only hears them, and she's like, oh shit, there are two. And then she sees them, like, messing with the territory, and she's like, fuck. I think they're, like, starting to learn about the territory, and maybe Chungshin is telling other demons about what's going on.
One of them says the line about the hazy, like, fog, whatever, and she's like, it's what Chungshin said.
Yeah.
And all of them were like, what?
Not good. So, then we get a quick scene of Chungshin driving behind the secured bus carrying the husband-murdering demon. And we're like, okay, clearly he's gonna bring that bitch out of jail.
And she's so excited.
Yeah, she's like just waiting for it.
Oh my god, she's so weird.
I know, I don't like her.
She's so weird and creepy.
I think there's, so, like, the cast of the show, or of, like, a lot of Korean dramas, they do, like, publicity clips or whatever. And I've watched some of them on YouTube, and there's one of the guy that plays Chungshin and the girl that plays the demon woman. Like, they're, like, doing a little, whatever, clip for YouTube. And I was like, I don't want to watch it. Like, they're scary. It's weird seeing them in, like, you know, clearly not demons, but...
They both have creepy eyes.
Yeah. It's hard to, like, not see them in that way.
Totally.
But, so yeah, we're like, okay, well, that's just a matter of time. Then we cut back to So-moon, who is walking alone. He tries to save a limping man from being hit by a van, but it turns out to be a trap. It's a trap.
That's why you don't help people. Why you don't help people late at night.
Yeah, late at night when you're alone.
Who limped into you too, like,
yeah,
in his bubble. I would feel extremely uncomfortable if anyone was that close to me at night.
So the guy is one of Chungshin's demon dudes from before, and they kidnap So-moon, poor little baby, and we see them tying his legs with zip ties, and they have a bag over his head, and So-moon hyperventilates in the back of the van, and it's the end of the episode.
And that's all thanks to fucking WiGen.
I know, right? Oh my god.
Like, bitch. Come on. Like, she's seen all of this. Like, not this stuff that's happened now, but, like, prior to everything with that level 4 demon, whatever the fuck he is, like, she knows how crazy he is, she knows how dangerous he is, and she knows he knows So-moon and wants, like, revenge.
Yeah. Also, I feel like she should have stepped up and been like, okay, some of So-moon's actions against the other mortals or whatever was because he was being bullied. Like,
yeah.
He was acting in self-defense, and, like, sure, it got a little maybe carried away, but
yeah,
that was when he was a baby counter and, like, didn't really know how to control himself. Like,
yeah, and
it's very one different. Of those boys is a demon, so
it's
technically.
It's very different from, like, picking fights just because you're suddenly strong and, like, protecting your friends who are calling you in the middle of the night with fucked up faces, totally kidnapped and being abused and shit. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. She was being not understanding. Because I feel like, again, maybe someone took it a little too far sometimes. But overall, he had reasons for why he was being emotional. Because people were picking on him. And also, someone almost had Chungshin.
Yeah.
Until he was like, your parents tasted good. And then he was like, you know.
Yeah, I think she needed to think about the bigger picture. And that they have such a strong demon that now knows about the territory. And I think the most important thing is to catch him with the 4 of them helping, not just leaving it at 3 of them.
Yeah.
Like, you need the 4.
Yeah, and I think they even brought up, like, we're not going to have time to train another one. Like,
It's crazy.
It's a lot. That was bad decision-making by WiGen and the inspector. So, anyway.
And Giran or whatever, who also agreed with her.
Giran. She's a tough cookie, too. She is
and meanwhile, the 2 boys were just like,
I don't know.
I don't want to say anything.
Yeah. Come on, Suho. Stand up with your mom.
Don't be a little wimp.
Yeah. Like, that little boy, I mean, we know he's not actually a little boy. Because he says,
he's seen some shit.
Yeah.
He's probably like, I don't know, 900.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Alright, do we have predictions?
Well, obviously, the murdering husband's wife is going to escape. You were right about that. Yeah. Last prediction. Obviously, the man who murdered his wife and stabbed her was the burnt body in the car. That's what I think. And that's how Chung-Chin was found dead. He murdered the husband. Or not the husband, the guy she was cheating on. That's what I think happened to that guy.
Interesting. Okay.
Because I haven't seen that guy, and I don't know whose body they would put in that car.
Yeah.
Who's been murdered lately.
Yeah. Just a random body they could find.
That's true. Or maybe it could have been the guy that he killed when he got that other guy.
Oh, yeah, when he just, like, sliced the... That's true.
That's the only other person I can think of whose body it actually is. But it's someone's body.
Yeah.
And I think So-moon still has some sort of power and ability. Like, even though they, quote-unquote, stripped him of his rights, I think he's different than the others. And I think he's going to be able to, like, call upon the territory, or he's somehow going to be able to communicate with WiGen or something. Like, she's still going to be able to hear him.
Yeah, I think
and
that
also
too.
The others.
At the very least, I think he could, like, you know, still remember his martial arts training. But that is an interesting point, because it seems like the territory just exists, because the demons can interact with it too. So in theory, like, So-moon as a human could also interact with it. So that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we'll just have to watch. I don't know.
I guess. I don't know. Who's gonna rescue So-moon? I'm also loving Jong-young, you know, being even more, I guess, brazen. She's just fucking going for it now.
Yeah, fuck them. Fuck all those people.
Yeah. And the chief even called her out, and he was like, I know it's because Motok's back. And she was like, fuck you. No, that wasn't exactly what happened in that scene.
That's what she meant.
But it was close. That fucking chief, man, I cannot get a read on him. Like, is he doing this because he wants power? Or is he doing this because he's scared? Or both?
Both, I would say.
Because he looks scared all the fucking time. But then he was like, you see how many stripes I have on this whatever the fuck? And he's like, I have 3 now.
That guy fucking sucks. That's all I know.
Great.
Terrible.
Yeah. And he was like, I'm going to Seoul.
He probably can't wait, because then he'd be away from these other people.
Yeah. For real.
Oh, God. Terrible humans.
I know.
Did you ever get your tracksuit?
Yes.
Your counter tracksuit?
Yes. It was kind of funny, because, you know how Hana wears hers, like, real loose and stuff? Mine's, like, tight. And also because I kind of have, like, I'm a little thicker in the thigh and booty area. And so it's, like, tight on that area, and I'm like, this fits different. It's like one of those things where it like technically fits, like it's not too small for me. It's just like it's not how Hana looks.
Yeah,
but it's still really comfortable and like nice. I was just like, this is different.
That's funny.
But yeah, I kind of want to get a red one, and then we can.
You gotta get the red.
We have to get red to be a counter and to be like RuPaul.
Yes, I was loving coming up with those RuPaul as a counter. I imagine RuPaul being like, he catches a person that has like an evil spirit. He catches Chungshin or something, or maybe the woman, the murdering wife, and he's like, "Listen to me." It's like, that spirit inside you, that is your inner saboteur. You gotta drop that shit right now. Give me your hand. I'm gonna put my hand right here on your heart. We're gonna get rid of that inner saboteur. Just breathe with me.
I love that he says inner saboteur. Inner
saboteur all the fucking time. Gosh. And I have that masterclass account that Andrew's mom got me for Christmas. And I'm almost done with the St. Vincent one. But RuPaul has one too.
Oh, really?
And I forgot what it's about. I think it's just about like, it's like self-love or whatever, you know, typical RuPaul stuff.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you there's going to be a chapter on inner saboteurs.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
He also is like, he always talks about, like, the Wizard of Oz and being the man behind the curtain, like, whatever. Like,
and the Matrix.
Yes, the Matrix, yes. He's always talking about the Wizard of Oz and the Matrix.
Oh, I love it.
I know. So good.
Good.
Not a prediction, but I also want more Motak Jonghyun stuff. I like them together. They have nice little chemistry of, like, her not really wanting to like him.
But probably still like him.
But yeah, and he kind of likes her, but doesn't remember, and, you know. I mean, I like
he's probably wondering, like, how much did I like her?
Yeah. How close were we?
I want more Jongmyo.
Oh, yes.
I like him a lot.
Oh, yeah, because there was also, like, some flirting with him and Mayok, which was kind of cute. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, those are 2 good episodes.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what happens.
Me too. Do we have any fashion moments?
Yes, God!
No.
No, me neither. Right when I started bringing the drops back, like, this drama doesn't really have any fashion or I love you. I love you.
It really doesn't. Sad I love you moment could be like all of them crying when they come back from Young.
Oh, yeah.
Or, there's also the scene, like, when he wakes up after he's supposedly forgotten everything, and he sits with his grandma, and his grandma's like, there was a man here last night with a mustache that went, like, whoop.
Oh, and yeah.
She was saying, like, how he said that he's a very, like, I forget what the word was.
I think it was, like, kind-hearted or something.
Yeah, a very kind-hearted young man, and blah, blah, blah. And it's just interesting how she remembered.
Yeah.
And I think it's from her, like, Alzheimer's or whatever. Like, maybe he couldn't actually get rid of everything.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Or, like, I thought the moment where Motak realizes that So-moon remembers, like, they remember each other was nice.
Yeah, that was a good scene.
He was like, don't tell Hana.
Yeah.
I also saw some buzz online that there might be a season 2.
Really?
I don't know if that's been confirmed or if that's just, like, Twitter fodder, but that could be
Twitter trying to make things happen, like Reddit makes things happen.
Yeah. Like, I really want a Busted season 4, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But, you know, I'm no, like, fucking producer. If I was, I would make Busted Season 4, because guess what? I love that show. I don't necessarily even love the show. I just love that cast. Like, it has Se-jeong or the girl that plays Hana. She's in that show. And one of the boys from EXO, and, like, a lot of other great people. So, anyway. I guess that's it. Do we have anything else we want to talk about? I haven't really been watching anything else besides camping vibes.
I've just been rewatching Sex and the City.
Preparing?
That's been fun.
Just preparing for the comeback?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That, and Andrew and I are watching like 4 different seasons of Drag Race at the same time. Like,
that's fun.
He and I are watching season 7 right now on our own with Pearl and Violet.
Oh my god.
And then we're watching season 6 online with Bagel, which has Bianca and Adore.
So
and
good.
Then, yeah, and then live right now they're showing US Drag Race season 13, I think. And then they're also showing UK Drag Race. So it's just like, we're watching Drag Race every fucking night, which I have no complaints, but it's just fun. Like, it's so many queens to keep track of.
Yeah.
And we keep cracking up because we're watching, like, older seasons, and we make comments like, that dress is so bad, or like, what? Like we're just like, we're commenting on it like it's happening in real time, and we didn't see it like 6 years ago. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, I feel bad because I really love Drag Race, but I just, like, don't have the streaming services.
Yeah. I can give you my WoW account.
Oh, so you have a WoW account?
Yeah. I don't think it has all of Drag Race, but it has the UK Drag Race.
Oh, cool.
Seasons 1 and 2. And honestly, like, I'm obsessed with UK Drag Race. Like, the queens are just, like, totally punk rock and, like, dirty.
Oh, cool.
And so lovable.
Maybe that will be one of my treadmill shows.
It's so good. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, both seasons have been amazing.
Cool. Yeah, I've just been working a lot, and I've been really tired. Like, one night, I literally came home, and I told Alex, I'm just gonna take a nap. There was a Spurs game on. And I was like, wake me up at halftime. And I just slept the whole night.
Oh, God. That's so miserable, though.
I know.
It's like your whole day.
I know. It was like, I got up and I went to work, and then I came home and I ate a little bit. And then I was just like, I need a nap. And I just passed out.
God. Yeah.
So. But no.
It sucks, man.
It's good. Well, it's not good that I'm working so much, but it's fine. I'm getting through it, and it's really not that big of a deal, but...
You'll get that GameStop and Dogecoin later.
Hopefully. Our AMC stock will rise like crazy, and then we'll, have a few $100. Because I only bought one share.
Yeah, I have, like, a ton of Doge. So I'm like, let's do this. Get it to $1, please. Someone.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Or just slow. With, like, the cannabis stonk. I'll be happy with that.
Yeah. I've just been enjoying watching my Bitcoin gain a few cents. I have like 0.001.1235 whatever of a Bitcoin.
Jesus. I've never even attempted to do Bitcoin because I just like hit that price and I'm just like, what?
Yeah, no,
but I also saw that, like, in 2016 or something, it was at, like, $400 or something a share. Mm-hmm. So just, like, 5 years ago, or whatever, 6 years ago, I don't know how long it was, it was just, like, 400, and now it's, like, 33K or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, what? You can't even fathom what, like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I just got it because it was like, if you spend this much, then you get this much free. And I was like, okay.
Nice.
I'll put $25 in Bitcoin. Sure. But yeah. And then I've looked into buying Beyond Meat stock.
It's kind of expensive. It's not like crazy. It's like 100 some.
It was like today I think it was like $130, which that one's pretty volatile too. Mm-hmm. But whatever. I was like, I'm trying to buy stocks that I believe in.
Yeah.
And not like BlackBerry.
Yeah, just I don't give a shit about BlackBerry.
Just because the Reddit. And I was like, I felt okay about buying AMC stock because I was like, well, I would like it if movie theaters could survive. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't really care about AMC specifically, but...
Just movie theaters in general.
Yeah. I like going to the movies.
I miss going to the movies.
Yeah, same. Sad. Well, I felt like I was going to say, the only other show Alex and I have been watching is WandaVision.
I know nothing about that. I've just seen photos.
It's pretty fun.
It looks cool.
Yeah, spoilers for WandaVision. They're not like, I'm not really spoiling the plot, just more like how the show is. Mm-hmm. The first few episodes are like in the style of the like vintage sitcoms like I Love Lucy or Mary Tyler Moore Show. Yeah, I kind of got
that from the stills that I saw.
Yeah, so it's really weird because it's like that's how the whole episode is. And you're just like, because at first I kind of thought like, oh, it'll be just like clips of it, but the actual show will be happening. But like that is the actual show. But there are like little mysterious things happening throughout. And then it kind of like switches gears. And it's kind of crazy. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm like not super into like the MCU, so I don't know everything about everyone, but it's still entertaining.
I don't know anything about any of those people. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it's
out of the loop on that one.
But it's still fun, and it's like pretty, and the costumes are cute and stuff. And Elizabeth Olsen does a great like vintagey voice. Like she speaks like those actresses from the like 50s, which is kind of cool. But WandaVision, guys. Yeah, so guys, watch the next episodes of the Uncanny Counter.
11 and 12
about it, because we love it. And we're nearing the end, so again, follow our Twitters, keep an eye out for the polls so you can vote. And we will talk to you guys next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay,